everybody. My name is Ed, and I'm the pastor at Speed Memorial Church in Southern Indiana. And this is Thursday Thoughts. And today we're going to be talking about knowledge versus love. And it comes from 1 Corinthians 8. Paul is writing to the Corinthian church, and he's writing about a certain topic. But we're not really interested in the topic as much as the principle that he's going to talk about. He says, "We know that we all have knowledge. Knowledge puffs up, but love builds up. The one who thinks he knows something does not yet know as he ought to know. But the one who loves God is known by God." And I think it's appropriate for today because I think sometimes we think that knowledge is what actually builds and unites a church. And that's not what Paul is trying to say. They're having an argument in the church in Corinth about a point, any point of doctrine, and they're bringing knowledge. They're trying to seek love through knowledge. And I think the point he's saying is that we find knowledge through love. And what we're talking about is influence one brother or sister in Jesus to another brother or sister in Jesus, whether we're using knowledge to influence them or we're using love to influence them. Because love does not fall under knowledge. Knowledge falls under love. And when we're speaking with each other in unity and the unity that comes from the Holy Spirit, what we're searching for is to love each other deeply, deeply. And so what happens is we use our knowledge about a situation incorrectly. We use our knowledge about a situation in the church as a way to be right, not a way to be loving. We bring out all our fact sheets and our fact books and our whatever else we might have studied, and we use those as warrants to defend our actions against each other, even if they're not loving. We feel like that being right is the most important thing. And so even if it hurts a brother or sister in Jesus, it's more important that we're right. I mean, I'm just telling the truth. I'm right. And it's not always loving because that kind of an attitude generalizes itself over a lot of different behaviors where you do things that may be right or wrong, but that hurt another brother or sister in Jesus. And that's what Paul is saying when he's playing around with the word know and known and knowledge. But he says at the end, the one who loves God is known by God. And that's the key. Your love from each other comes from your loving God through God's Spirit in you. You love God, therefore you love your brothers and sisters. And you're not worried about being right as much as you are about being loving. And that's the problem. Knowledge puffs up. There's nothing wrong with knowledge. There's nothing wrong with studying and learning and gaining a deeper understanding and learning how to apply that. But it's all going to come back to loving God and loving your neighbor. If you're off course on that, if you find yourself arguing about a little point of doctrine in an effort to be right, in an effort to disunify against somebody, then you're off base. You're not correct. In fact, it's Peter says in his letter, 1 Peter, he says, above all, love one another deeply, because love covers a multitude of sins. Love each other deeply, because love covers a multitude of sins. And it's not the other person's sins that are being covered, it's your sins. So yeah, it's great to have a ton of knowledge. It's awesome. I guess I don't have that. But it's great to have knowledge, but it still comes with the temptation to use that knowledge to increase your value against your brother or sister in Jesus, which causes division, which causes anger, which causes pain. So it's knowledge doesn't build up the church. Anger doesn't build up the church. Being right doesn't build up the church. Money doesn't build up the church. Love builds up the church. That's our thought for today. Hope you have a great day and a great week, and I will see you in church on Sunday.